you're thinking. It's not my base. It's fine. We've had some problems. I've lost the old world. Yeah, sorry guys. During the time I was off doing my other bits and pieces, I misplaced the world. And believe me, if you're upset, I probably spent about, I don't know, 8 to 10 days digging in that hole alone, let alone the rest of it. So don't worry, it's fine. It's fine. I've got a new base. No need to be concerned. And yeah, here it is, and it's on Feed the Beasts. There's more toys and gadgets and bells and whistles and stuff. Oh, if you want to see it. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I really enjoyed the old world. I think you guys quite liked it as well. But not to worry. I will at some point make a new vanilla base, but it might be a little while before I can work up the enthusiasm again. But anyway, this is Mcorp. It's our Feed the Beast server. I'm playing with CMB Minecraft and another friend called Can, which is HCANT. For those of you who wondered why that pronunciation is so weird, that is in fact how you pronounce the HC at the start. In case you're wondering. But yeah, we're making a base, and it's Feed the Beast. Trying to make it as cool as possible. And just to give you a rough idea of what's going on, this here is our environmental outpost, if you will. I'll explain why in a second. CMB's working on some stuff in the storage over here, which I'll show you at some point. It's pretty empty at the moment. He's working out all the bells and whistles he's going to incorporate. Living quarters will be in there. But yeah, there's some fun stuff to come. But at the moment, this is what we've really got properly. We had a lot before. In fact, I'll show you in here. We tend to have this bad habit of building everything and then just ripping it all down to start again. There you go, 4x4 there. Rip it all down and start again, just to make it really good. So, I mean, this door is about all that's left. Yeah, and this was originally, we had loads going. This room was crazy. We, oh, chunk error there. This room was crazy. We had all our sort of item storage in here, as well as there's a room back here which we frantically made, which would have been hilarious to put on the internet. I should have done, which was basically just us desperately trying to get a matter fabricator. 2 days non-stop playing. Basically, it was nuts. It was awesome. But yes, this would eventually be our storage area. There's a second floor to this, which is actually this way even, which is also where all of our power generation is. Just sneak through here quickly. This was our original power setup, which is magma, lava, that sort of stuff. Again, that's something CMB was working on, which is quite cool. I'm sure he'll show you that, or I'll talk you through that when he's online at some point. But yeah, that's cool. So, where did I come from there? Let's go and have a look at the environmental base, which is what I've been working on mainly. The guys have obviously helped out. Rubber farm, very efficient, very space conscious. Not really. But yeah, over here, so this is about environmental Mcorp, which is the section which is going to be powered entirely off biomass, biofuel, that sort of stuff. So the green face of Mcorp to keep the consumers happy. Once we get up to our trickery. But what we got up here, basically, this is multiple Steve carts, or we call it super carts, which basically they harvest the trees, these little cart things. Take the saplings, they get saplings, they also get the logs and the apples. I've got 2 stations to unload and reload. This one here is called cargo managers. They work depending on which colour side you're on, based on this rail being next to them. And all this one does is this is loading fertilizer, which is bones, onto the carts, and this one here is taking the saplings off. So really simple setup. Give them fertilizer, take the saplings, chuck them in there, and it's exactly the same on the other side, apart from this side is taking the wood and the apples, and then again just chucking them straight into the base. Now, what's awesome about this particular setup is that they use the wood for fuel, and the saplings obviously you always get a sapling from a tree, so that's pretty good. So wood for fuel, keeps itself fueled. In fact, on this one, I think, yeah, this one, what happens is they deposit the wood and take back. So they're depositing wood here and apples, and then taking back the fuel to fill up their cargo. So they never run out of fuel. It's self-sufficient. It's awesome, and it costs no energy, which is always nice. Standard gates on here with the energy pulses, which is awesome. So they just constantly picking bits and pieces out of there, the items. and sending them down into our biomass production facility, which is in here. Ignore left and right for a second. That's about to change. We'll do that a bit on camera. But so down here, this is where this goes into this room here. Now this is actually empty at the moment. That's a bit worrying. That's empty. That's normally full of biomass. So what happens is let's just dig up here so you can see it. This is where the tesseract takes the items. That's what they are, by their tesseracts. For those you who aren't familiar, they are like just teleportation and storage of stuff. They bring things across, so transportation rather. Simple setup on this piece. Apples yellow, black saplings, and green logs. Green logs, I've got no use for logs at the moment. I would at some point, but they're just going to a void pipe. Apples go down there to be squeezed, and saplings come down here to be fermented. They all sit in this chest here. The reason it's in the chest, not the barrel, is because these can pull out all four sides from the chest. And it's just set up so that whenever there's a space in the inventory, it tries to pull saplings from here. And likewise the same thing from down here with the fertilizer. So whenever there's saplings coming through the system, this thing will always be producing biomass, which this is like a buffer tank, and it goes into here. But it then flows round into this section of this area here rather, which is just the biofuel production. Now it's a bit bodged at the moment. There's a couple of extra things in here. These 3 chutes, the refineries on it, as opposed to the stills. But this at some point will all be distillation towers anyway, which will be a lot more powerful, and obviously that will replace this whole thing. But it will stay similar design. I like this sort of like glass block look. So that's that. Something I should note is that these things here are all using. So my setup, I use saplings, fertilizer, and water most of the time. But what I've got it set up to do is so that if I want to, I can turn on this section here, which is the apple juice, which is obviously much better than water. You get 1.5 times as much biomass per sapling if you use apple juice over water. Same with honey, but I haven't got any bees yet. So that's how that works, and that's all getting power from this tesseract here, which is a power tesseract. I'll explain them more in a bit later on, but that's tesseracts are awesome. That's what you need to know for now. So that's going into here, which is the biofuel production, and then the biofuel production runs under the ground here into our steam boiler, which is unbelievably good. Now this is where the biofuel ends up. Basically, it'll get stored here. Got absolutely loads because the farm upstairs is unbelievable. That's fed under the ground into here, which is the biofuel. There's also a Aquarius accumulator underneath. Aqueous accumulator, sorry, not Aquarius. It's not a fish tank. And yeah, and that basically produces steam. Now, obviously, this is 1,000 degrees. It uses a lot less fuel once it's at 1,000 degrees than it's getting there. So it's got a lot of startup cost with the fuel. I think it's like 600 buckets or something roughly. But when it's here, it's awesome, and that just keeps producing. That's hooked up to the old industrial steam engines. They're pumping energy underground to this redstone energy cell, which is slowly filling up or going down actually at the moment. But either way, that's fine. So that's slowly, and that's the tesseract there, which powers the biomass production as well. We've got a line off which goes to the rest of the base down there, and this here's my backup, or what I use to kickstart the boiler if it ever drops out, which it has done a couple of times. So yeah, that's basically that's the power generation. That's how this all works. This base is still fairly new, so it's a bit rough, bit of a diamond in the rough at the moment. It's got your normal production stuff over here, so you can make stuff. This is for the redstone conduit and the ender cells, so you can melt the ender pearls and the redstone and the ender pearls, and obviously put it into stuff there. This is to make the hardened glass, which is for all the pipes in the energy conduit, all that sort of stuff. And this is Steve's cart. Now, this is awesome. I'll be making another cart at some point, probably not this episode, but I can't wait to show you that. It's wicked. One of my favourite parts in any mod, just because of the way it works. The interface is wicked. And obviously everyone needs to have one of these. If you're serious about doing anything with pipes, you need one of these. Just because it's literally, yeah, I mean, redstone, you can use the gates to obviously power stuff to come out of boxes and that sort of thing instead of a redstone engine. So the space you save is one thing, but it's just great to have all the gates so you can control it a bit more. It's a bit cleaner. It's nicer. Like this, for instance, here. These gates are basically telling the engine to be on when there's a redstone signal, so a red wire signal, which is the wire that runs on the pipes, for those of you that aren't familiar with Feed the Beast. And what that's doing is, when this block here, okay, can store energy, it sends off a red pipe wire signal. So if ever this isn't full, these engines up here will run, and likewise if ever it is full, they'll just stop. So, which is great because they won't overheat ever. I'm not even sure they can actually. I don't actually know, but that's always nice. Let's have an apple. Got loads, and see, that's that. So this is making these. I don't know how familiar you guys are with Feed the Beast, but let's just pop something down here so this goes away. There we go. But yeah, so let's make some of those because they're really good. I don't need loads. Right. Anyway, so what we'll do quickly, it's raining, we'll go back, pop back to sleep. I found a portal gun on one of the first episodes. We were really lucky. It was in a cave just behind that area actually, and which meant that we've been able to teleport all over the place, which is awesome. We've got one here going to the end, but we haven't done much other than dig this hole and then make that base over there. So don't worry, you're not missing out on too much. We've done all the boring stuff, so you can watch the fun, interesting stuff. So that's that. Oh, up here, this is the only other thing which won't be staying here. It's just here temporarily. There's no point not having it anywhere else. It's the thing we spent ages doing, the matter fabricator, and that's just collecting power from the solar panels I've ever made. And that's just an offshoot to power the engines at the bottom. But obviously that's all coming out once the steam boiler is properly working. I'll talk you through that when I actually get down to doing it. So yeah, and this is our charge station in this side as well. It's all powered off the solar panels at the moment. But today, now that I've shown you around the base a little bit, giving you an idea of what we're doing, we're moving something about a little bit actually. Oh, spider. Easy fella. Easy now. And what that is down here, again in Steve Carts because it's awesome. We've got this little fella who's our combine. Well, not combine, but he's harvesting potatoes, and we love potatoes. They're the best. So what I need to do, I've moved the track already. So he's going up here from now on. This will be a room. This will be like a little kitchen bit. The potatoes will get fed down, and it's like a canteen for your spuds. So basically, what I've got to do is just move them up there. So what I need to do is just grab these two bits and pieces. One of those. One of those. Now I can take, this is full of spuds, so can I just, have I got room? Should have room. We'll leave a couple behind, that's fine. Okay, this won't work, will it? Didn't think this through. There we go. So, what we'll do, we'll set up the track so it's properly ready for when we go up there. So, the way I do it, I take a corner, so you get two areas you can put the station on. So like that. And the station, like I said before, is just where you manage the cargo of both the cart and the actual station itself. So that's awesome. But actually, I'll tell you what, let's put the spuds back in there, so that I've got the inventory space to actually do this. Now this little chap down here I'm about to grab. What's awesome about him is he not only replants, picks, and everything else these potatoes, but he also tills the ground, and you can even get him to moisten. Now this one I have got the moisten add-on on, but they've not actually released a block yet to fill them up with water. So as soon as that comes out, I'll be adding that in, and he'll be loving it. He will be loving it. So let's pop him down. Now let's make him look cool. That's important. I want him to match the colour of the combine. I think it's about there. Let's have a look. Bit dark. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm happy with that. And that's pretty much it, to be honest. What I've got to do now is the way I set these up. So I always like to have them. One thing does one thing, and the other thing does the other thing. Now these ones I actually set up so that it goes around this way, all around there, comes around here, hits this bit, and it goes back around again. It comes all the way around like that. That way you can take the potatoes off each side, and then you don't get one half of the things more harvested than the other. It's just an easier way of doing it. So to do that, I'm only using red money's, just ignore this, I just clicked it accidentally. Right, so money using red, so I can change this to red, and this to blue, this to blue, and as you can see, that's the two sides, red and blue. It's really visual, this block. And you make it go back on itself, so it turns the cart around. Same with this one, as opposed to this, which means it just carries on straight through. And then what we need to do, we need to have it so we are taking items out of the storage slots. One on the red and one on the blue. I've done it again. So this is storage, and then this one here goes back into like that. So what's happening here basically is, there we go, on it other way around. So these arrows here, anything pointing towards this bit here is taking it away from the cart. Anything going towards the bits is putting it back into the cart. So that's that. So what we set this up to do is it takes any excess spuds, which are the spuds that aren't in this bit here. They'll be in this top chest or this internal chest, and they'll go into the cargo manager, which is these slots. And then anything excess will go out of here and then back into the farmer there, which is the C spots. So that's how that works. Now this chap actually is going to need to get a little bit of fuel. So what I'll do, I'll just come up here quickly and pinch some of the wood from one of these. Oh, if I get there quick enough, I'll get his wood. Cool. We'll just go make this into charcoal now. I have not set up an automated fueling station yet for this guy. I will do. In fact, that's what the wood's going to be for, is amongst other things. Is one of the things we go for is the fuel for that cart. So I'll just stick this in here quickly. Another little trick you guys may or may not know about is you can just turn these levers on and off. So when it's on, it will always stay at max temperature, which means you haven't got to wait around for it to do what it's got to do. And that'll do for this episode. So let's fly up here. And yeah, so here we are. So if I just stick this chap here with some spuds, so spuds for his inventory and some coal, you watch this, it'll start going, he's going to love it. So straight off the bat, he's already... yes, forgot about that. That's fine though. It needs more light up here. I've just moved it from below, which is why I'm not completely prepared. So that's fine. So what we'll do anyway, we'll just get some torches at the moment. Just stick a few of these around, so we don't have any problems with that. One there, one there. I'm sure it'll be fine, but just to be safe. Again, this is something we'll put some lights in the ceiling. Left room, so there's plenty of space up there. There we go. And then what we need to do here is there's certain spots that won't get farmed. In fact, that's the only other ones there. That's fine. So as you see, look, he's planting all the stuff out now, which is cool. And yeah, these just grow normally. Now, another thing you can do with these is I've got a little skelly farm down here. And inside of here we've got all the bones. Now the bones are fertilizer, just as it would be in vanilla Minecraft. Apart from this slightly different, you pop the bones into the guy and he turns into fertilizer, which is basically the same anyway. And that will just gradually, it makes them grow faster. It's not instant, but it makes them grow faster, so it's worth doing. And he's set up, he's going to be just distributing spuds around until they start growing, and he'll start farming them and fill this up more, which will eventually pop down into the underground. In fact, I'm pretty sure you can put some underneath it. If that is the case, then I can do that straight into the room down here, which is going to be the canteen for the spuds. And I'll probably have an entrance up here, because that other side of that wall there, you can see through this glass pane, is where the base entrance actually is. So that's cool. But yeah, so I mean, that's the plan. So obviously this here, we've got the energy working. This now is just for fun, really. We just want, we haven't got no proper source of food at the moment. And these guys are just wicked. So the plan is with this, and I may do this next episode, I may do this off camera and have it ready for next episode, is that instead of going to here, he will carry on going through this wall here, which I'm right. Yeah, looks perfect. Leads us into this base here. And I'll have a little hovering path just across here, which will run straight across to the other side. Let's get the laser out for this, which is going to be straight onto this one over here, which is going to be wheat or carrots. I'm not sure yet. Possibly wheat. No, really not sure. Either way, he'll do the whole lot. And yeah, that's just cool. It's just like a little. I think you can get suspended rails as well, which will just hover across. I'm not quite sure how good that will look, but yeah, definitely that's something we're going to do. So yeah, so this is the new world. This is the new server, which we play on. Mcorp, and that's the environmental base, which we'll work on a bit. We've got loads of plans. We want to have loads of bits and pieces, which will do different bases with different powers, just general silly projects and stuff like that as well. Nothing set in stone yet. Obviously, me and the guys are quite random, so whatever we want to do, we'll just do it. I mean by that, not like we're random. We just yeah. Anyway, so yeah, let me know what you think. I'm sure you guys haven't all played Feed the Beast before. Some of you will have done, some of you won't. Let me know if you like the start of the series. I'm really sorry for the huge delay in videos. If I didn't explain at the start, it's just because I've been really busy with other stuff at work, but it's quieting down a bit now, and I've just got more free time, so I'm going to be all over this now, making as many videos as possible. I hope you like the new intro and outro. And yeah, I mean, if you've got any suggestions, as always, I'm always open to ideas. Just let me know what you think. So, I mean, thanks again, guys. Thanks for hanging around, those of you that have. Really appreciate it. Hope you like the new series. Look forward to making videos for you guys again. And just as always, cheers for watching, guys. See you next time.